Hi guys, so today I thought I'd do a quick video on how to save money on your food budget, and these are my 5 top tips that I do to keep my food budget low. So my first tip is to actually make a budget. At the end of every month, I do a budget for the following month. So I've just done mine now because today's the 1st of September. So I did mine at the end of August, and I make a budget of all the money I've got coming in and all the money I've got coming out, and then I've got a rough idea how much money I can spend on my food budget every month or every week. And that's it. I stick to that budget. I never go over it. That's all I have, so that's all I spend. If you cut your budget down by £10 every week, you can save over £500 a year. So if your budget is £50 a week and you cut it down to 40, you can save over £500 a year. Yeah, that's just something for you to think about. Okay, so my second tip is that I always use cheaper cuts of meat, and I always buy the cheaper meat and the cheaper fish. So with the fish, cod and haddock can be really expensive, but they do like a pollock fish that's really nice. Asda do frozen fish, and that usually works out cheaper than fresh fish. With the meat, I tend to buy whole chickens and then portion it up. A lot of the time you can get drumsticks, thighs and chicken legs. They're really cheap, so I buy a lot of them. The minced meat that I buy, I usually go for a higher fat content, like 12%, because that works cheaper than the 5% one. And then I just drain the fat off it, and I usually get a beef and a pork mix mince. I buy joints of pork if they're on special offer. I buy the big joints of gammon. I cook them in the slow cooker, portion it up, put it in the freezer. So that's my second tip, to buy cheaper cuts of meat and fish. Number 3, my next tip is that I batch cook and then I portion it all up and freeze it. I've recently done one batch cook for meals for my son to take to school. My son takes a hot food in his little thermos to school. And so I made 25 portions, and I make them out 400 grams, so it's the same weight as a ready meal that you buy in the supermarket. I spent £17 on all the ingredients, which roughly works out as 68p a portion. So I make my own ready meals and stick them in the freezer. I also bake a lot of my own snacks and cakes and things like that. Welsh cakes, Rocky Road, sponge cakes, cookies, cookie dough. I freeze them, so I have a batch in the freezer already, like the Welsh cakes, and then I can just take them out of the freezer and cook them. Tip number 3, make your own ready meals and make your own snacks. You'll save a fortune. Number 4, I use a lot of frozen vegetables. They're usually on offer. You can get a big bag. Also use tinned vegetables, mushy peas, so cheap, sweet corn, chopped tomatoes. And again, I also use tinned fruit, frozen fruit and dried fruit. It also works out really cheap compared to buying fresh stuff sometimes. I also try to eat in season, because then fruit and vegetables are always a lot cheaper in season than out of season. Strawberries are really cheap in May, June, but towards Christmas they're quite expensive, so usually we don't eat strawberries and things like that around Christmas. I'm just really aware now of when things are in and out of season, because it's something that I do all the time. So tip number 4 is use frozen, tinned and dried fruit and vegetables. Okay, tip number 5 is, this isn't for everybody, but I always recommend it. I grow my own herbs. It saves me an absolute fortune, and I use herbs in everything. Because of my son, I don't tend to use a lot of salt in cooking, so the herbs I grow are thyme, chives, garlic chives. I've got coriander, dill, fennel. I grow lots of different mint. What else? I've started this year growing oregano, but I haven't had much luck with that, so fingers crossed that comes. Oh, and basil. And now is the perfect time of year to grow some herbs, because they actually like it when it's cooler. Otherwise they bolt, coriander and dill at the moment are amazing to grow. Those are my 5 tips that I use to help keep my food budget low. Make a budget, buy cheaper cuts of meat and fish, batch cook your own ready meals and freeze them, make your own snack. Don't forget to use tinned, frozen or dried fruit and vegetables. Number 5 is grow your own herbs. I haven't mentioned getting any yellow sticker bargains because at the moment I'm just not able to go to the shops to buy food, so I'm unable to get the yellow stickers. Also, I do have my own allotment and I grow some fruit and veg, but this year has been a bit hit and miss. If I grow any fruit and vegetables, it's a bonus, and not everybody can. They haven't got access to it, so that's why I thought I'd leave that out. Those are my 5 top tips to help me save money on my food budget and to keep it nice and low. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you soon. Bye.